Hello, everyone. My name is Igor, Business Development Director for SmartICS. Today, me and Daniel, our product manager, we will try to quickly brief you on the SmartICS 3.2 newest release. As you might remember, SmartICS is a very, very nice, modern, no-code platform, right? Without coding, creating any SCADA automation and IoT solutions. We are a web technology-based platform, right? So you have access from anywhere in the world on any device. And another interesting feature for SmartICS is that we do not need a separate development environment, making our solution much more flexible and feasible. Quickly also about SmartICS. The best cases, how we have been using it, us and our partners. SmartICS could be used as a web portal, right? Getting data from different systems, even existing SCADA systems. SmartICS could be used as a traditional SCADA telemetry and monitoring for industrial automation. Building management system is one interesting direction for SmartICS, and of course IoT. Right, either it's industrial or generally speaking, SmartICS has a high probability and very interesting set of features, right? Again, quickly about us and SmartICS. It's quite easy to learn SmartICS, quite easy to try to use it and configure in order to create any given project thanks to the no-code technology. Since we're a web-based solution, you can have access from any device, mobile or desktop, from anywhere in the world, right? And we have a pretty clear licensing approach when it comes to the licensing question. Right now to the main topic. So SmartICS 3.2 version, it's already available. So here is a quick list of what has been added. So basically it's the pop-up windows, right? So we will go into a live demonstration soon. Also, we added the native SNMP protocol, a native driver, right? And also we added the data type string feature. We have the operational event log, which again is quite flexible and quite useful. And of course, we have the OPC-UA client update. Now, if we go into the live demo, so Daniel kindly will try to demonstrate his screen, and we try to see how and what has been updated. First of all is the pop-up window. Right, so as you might clearly understand, it's a separate window that opens with a given predefined set of objects, right, and widgets. It could be a one screen, it could be multi-screen, depends on the customer wishes, right? So how does it work? So basically, you go to the edit mode, right? And the pop-ups, they basically are set up as in a different section. You can create pretty standard like a dashboard, so you get a white page, and you start adding either analog or discrete widgets. You can add an image as a background. You can add even a hyperlink to send you to another window, right? It's quite standard, quite simple. Daniel is trying to add a background just quickly to show how easy it could be used, right? Then you save it and then you have it. Now let's go to the one that is predefined, the one that is already saved, which is the pop-up number 2, right? So here on the screen, of course, you see already a set of widgets, right, which are connected, right, which are predefined, and of course the background image. Now, what is interesting about the pop-up is how you connect. So basically, you connect to the parameter name, not yet the device, and I'll tell you why. So basically, you connect the parameter name, right? For example, analog output 1, right, and then so forth, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So once you save it, right, you then go back to your dashboard, original dashboard. You select the object. In our case, it's a shrimp farm, and you select the object and you create it as a hyperlink, right? It's a link button. You select, of course, the pop-up as the link type, right? So now here is the interesting part. You select from the created number 2. You linked the device now. So basically, you can use the same pop-up window, but you connect every time different devices, right? So for two different ponds, you are using two different devices, right? You save it, and now we can try to open, right, two different pop-up windows, which would be different. They're similar in design, but they're receiving different type of parameters, right? So from different device. So first of all, this saves time, right? Because you can use the same pop-up for multiple windows, right? And they are not connected anyhow, right? And secondly, it saves basically space on your dashboard. You don't have to put all the data in one dashboard. The pop-up solves this issue, right? So I think it's pretty interesting feature that has been requested, and we have done it. Now, the second interesting part and second interesting element that we added is the new type of widgets that are helping with the text interpretation, right? So now what we did, we added a couple new widgets, right, that take the analog data and it transforms into text, right? So in this example, you have different conditioning. You can set as many conditions as you wish. That would give you separate type of logic sets, right? So in this case, if you have the text higher than 20, right, the output, then you have a pre-given text. For example, check it, right? So this is quite interesting in order to text interpret what is received by the system. Now, if we look into a more complicated scenario, right, when, for example, the head engineer has an issue, right? So you see that a certain machine has been either damaged or just gives you an alarm. So what it happens is that the system, SmartICS, would interpret the signal and give a predefined text. For example, warning at site 1 and 2. So now let's assume you have the engineer at site number 1 that also has the same dashboard. So the main engineer could write down a certain task, right? So for example, go check or anything else. For example, check the equipment. Now, your engineer on site can definitely see it and take action. First of all, he or she turns off the machine, right? So once the machine is turned off, you could see it on the screen. Now, let's assume the engineer solves the issue, right? And now the engineer can start the machine, can turn it on. So what happens now, if the value is normal, right, then the system, SmartICS, would show the predefined text that the warning at site number 2 is already solved, right? And at the same time, the engineer can give a certain text to the head engineer. For example, all is clear, right? And again, everything that has been done is saved into the database, into the history. Right now, the third interesting set that we add is a new native driver, SNMP. Right, some of them might already know it, and for those who already have experience with SmartICS, you can know you could see that the logic is pretty standard. Right, so first of all, you set up the template. Right, you create a template, you add the parameters. Right, and after this, you could go to devices and basically add your device by selecting the protocol version, for example, right? And you could set up even the trap, right? Which is also useful, right? You simply add and continue, and basically, again, the driver is ready to be used after you save it, right? So it's pretty easy. It's pretty useful. Last but not least, right, is a new fresh operational event log, right? So now what you could see on the lower left corner is the alarms and warnings, but also you could see separately the number of current and the number of unacknowledged alarms and warnings, which is useful. Now, if you click on it, you could see that a separate smaller window is open, which you could adjust, and you could see all the alarms. You could scroll down, right, and find whatever you need. Or you can actually use some filters. Here in the filters, you can see all or the current or the unacknowledged alarms, which is also quite useful. Now, if you are lost, all right, you could always select the search option, right? So for example, let's search for a given parameter, for example, the door, right? Now you could see that we have 3 separate alarms, right? Now you could actually acknowledge from here, right? So once you acknowledge, it disappears from this list. Or if you have so many and you need to do it all at once, you can actually acknowledge all alarms as well, right? So this is quite useful. Let's acknowledge all. Of course, a warning message. Yes, we're done, right? So for a moment, we had 0 alarms. Now, you can actually close this little window, right? It doesn't mean it disappears, it's just hidden. So on the upper right corner, you could actually see the current status. So once you click on it, on the bell, then you see the window again opening up, right? Again, this was a relatively quick demo on the SmartICS latest features that we had for the 3.2 release, right? What we offer besides the SmartICS 3.2, we offer many more training videos and support on our website, on our SmartICS YouTube profile page, and of course on our LinkedIn. We would be glad if you could share your feedback, sort of send your opinion, what other interesting features you would be expecting in the next release, in the next video. Me, Daniel, and our team would be more than happy to communicate with you and to discuss what could be done in the future, right? So thank you very much. Please like and subscribe, and then we'll be happy to receive some feedback from you. Thank you. Have a good day, guys.